Welcome back, guys, to a new Boom Beach video. Today we're going to be discussing the new dev video Warship update sneak peek. In today's video we're going to be discussing it a little more, talking more about it, basically adding more stuff I wasn't able to say the last video, and it's going to be a lot of fun, and we're going to talk a lot about it. Maybe I don't know if we'll be able to answer any questions you guys have, but because I literally have the same information as you guys. I have no more information than you guys, so everything I say should be taken with a grain of salt. I don't have the Warship on the dev build. I don't even have the dev build right now. But all I'm saying is I don't have access to any of it, so I have no clue what's going on. But if I had to guess, it's going to be a lot like what we've been talking about. We do have, what is that? Is that speed serum or revive? I think that's revive. Yeah. So what I was saying was, it's going to be a lot like the Clash of Clans builder bases. So we're going to talk more about that. What I really want to get into and talk about in detail would, okay, we gotta probably take down that last cannon and flare up. What I do want to talk about in detail is the whole guarding your archipelago statement they said. Now, I guess it could be taken two ways, as I mentioned in the video. If you guys didn't see our first Warship #2 video, I guess it could be kind of like just part of the story. Like, the Warship is meant to guard your base. There's not much more to it. It's just part of the story. It doesn't mean anything, and I'm looking into it too far. But part of me says they kind of like snuck that statement in kind of slyly. So if I had to guess, it might not be, let's revive some. It might not be just part of the story, but it might be part of the game and the logic of how the game works. So one idea I had of the whole guarding your archipelago theme, and what it would do is it would force players, I mean, it wouldn't force players, but it would highly encourage players to attack, upgrade their warship base. Because what might happen is Boom Beach releases the warships when it comes out, and the warships act as a buffer for your base, where the more you attack on your warship base, maybe you have to do it a couple times a day, stay fairly active, the higher percent chance you won't get raided, or the lower percent chance your base will appear on other people's maps. And I need to put a hat on because my hair is a mess. But the less times you'll appear on other people's maps. That's a very good theory, and I feel like it could, if the whole guarding your archipelago thing isn't just part of the story, it could. This is what it could be. Like, I can't really think of too many more ideas where guarding your archipelago would take effect. Obviously, players can't, like the whole warship thing. When you're finding an opponent, you're not gonna go through your warships and then attack the opponent's base. That would make the battles, one, just way too long. Each battle would be like 8 minutes long, twice the length of a normal battle. And two, the whole point of the warships is to get player versus player content. And if you're going through warships to get to, okay, we gotta focus here on losing troops. If you're going through warships to get to a player base, that would mean the other player has to be online, or it wouldn't be live player versus player content. And they said it would be live player versus player content. So what that tells me is it's probably some sort of feature where the more you attack, the less your base will get raided, the less your base will appear on other people's maps. Of course, that brings up questions also, like how much do you have to attack to minimize it? It can't minimize it fully. Like, you should still be able to get attacked, and it forces players to jump on the warships and start attacking on warships. So it's not a totally separate area of Boom Beach. I don't know how the Clash of Clans builder bases work for the most part. Like, I know the basics, but when it first came out, I'm pretty sure a lot of players didn't care about it, and they didn't use it at all. Like, it's a totally separate base and a totally separate concept. So a lot of the veteran players, or some of the veteran players, never played it, even though, in my opinion, it seems more fun than the original. But then again, I haven't really played builder bases. But if they do this whole thing where you're guarding your archipelago, it would force players to attack on it, and I don't think that's a bad thing. If you don't, you'll just get raided more because you won't have a warship to protect you. Maybe the level of warship. The more your warship it gets upgraded, the better it will be at protecting you. And when I say protecting you, I mean, I'll show you guys in a second. But if you go into your radar, you can see every 15 minutes or so, the percent a new base will appear on your map. I mean, maybe warships would lower that percentage. The higher up your base would get upgraded to protect you. I don't know. There's a lot of ways you can go about it. All the pictures we've seen from this last video didn't have a headquarters, where the first one they had headquarters. So that shows to me that it's going to be by percentage. So you're going to be attacking someone, they're going to be attacking your base, and it seems like whoever gets more or destroys more of the opponent's base will win. If it's a tie, both players get 100%, or both players tie percentage-wise, then I don't know how they would deal that. They'd probably just split the loot in half and give half to each player. I'm trying to think of other ways you can defend your archipelago using warships. Like I said, it could be a whole buffer where the opponent has to attack your warship to get to your main base. That'd be fun. Like, it'd be fun, but the attacks would take 4 minutes. It'd take forever, and troops would be dying, and I just feel like that's way too much of a change for Boom Beach Dad. Guys, but this is going to be by far the biggest update we've ever had. By far. It's a totally separate base. The only update that would even come remotely close to this would be task forces versus just task forces. What was interesting is they kind of mentioned that this is going to be where they're making updates now. They're going to bring out the warships, and then they'll start building upon it and eventually come out with some sort of task force versus task force mega warship battle where multiple people are attacking people at the same time, which would be really cool. Because think about it, guys. I'm not in a task force on this account, but think about it. You go into the task forces, you see all these operations you can do. Cool. There's a little button down at the bottom. You click on it. It zooms your screen out, and there's all of your task forces warships on this side and all of the opponent's warships on this side. Like a fleet. Like 2 fleets in the water clashing. That'd be so cool. And then each player attacks a player over here. It'd just be so much fun. Don't tell me, you guys, nobody can say, oh, Christian, that wouldn't be fun. Because having 2 fleets attack each other would be so much fun. And there's so many ways they could go about it, but I'm getting way too far into the future. This could be dropping in like a year. Not warships. Task forces versus task forces. Probably even later. But it would go fast. Because once we get warships, that means we can start upgrading our warships, and get them higher and stronger and better and faster. I can't wait. I really hope they don't have any limitations to the warships from your main base, where I don't know if Clash of Clans has this, but you're attacking, but like the higher main base, if you're maxed out, it doesn't matter. But if you're like level 20 and your warship, I'm hoping they don't have like a buffer on it, kind of like you gotta get headquarters level 12 before you upgrade this defense. I don't know. I just feel like that wouldn't be as fun for players playing Boom Beach. Like, it'd be fun to have a bunch of, like, everyone is able to get as high as they can as soon as it drops. Like, as high as everyone else as soon as it drops. Now, the higher players will have more experience, which means they'll be better at attacking, in theory. Even though you would be attacking using your same troops. Again, I don't know how the whole attacking mechanism is going to work. They showed us this whole troop changing loadout screen that might be unique to just to warships, or it might be a new troop loading system for your main boats. But what it seems like is your warship is going to have separate landing crafts. I don't know about troop levels. I don't know about all of that stuff. Like, troop levels might transfer over, landing crafts might transfer over, like the same landing crafts, same level landing craft. So in that case, like, the lower players would have a disadvantage and they wouldn't get paired up against high players. So many ways that can go about it. They have to be careful. I don't know how many people like play Boom Beach daily, but if a player wants to, at any level, wants to attack on warships, they should be able to. And if it's live PvP, there has to be someone else on there also wanting to get on at that time. So that's one benefit of making it equal for everyone. So I'm looking for bases. I'm just going to find a new opponent. That player has been on my map a long time. He did have a lot of loot. Probably should have attacked him or something. It's okay. I'll just go from the bottom. I like these challenging tank bases, even though I'm not very good at using tanks. Yeah, we'll just move up the base. I can't wait. If you guys can't tell, I'm super pumped for warships. I know Jimmy's probably not paying too much attention to it because Christmas is in like 2 days, 3 days. Yeah, so Jimmy's probably not paying too much attention to what's happening right now, but I honestly can't wait for warships. It's going to be the biggest update ever, and it's going to be very hype. We're going to be making videos about it. It's going to be cool and all, but it's only going to like blow up Boom Beach if Boom Beach starts featuring or advertising Boom Beach again. They used to advertise Boom Beach so much when it first came out, and this is a common trend for Supercell. They'll advertise it a lot the first couple, like the first year or so, get the hype out, and then they'll kind of stop advertising it because they brought out a new game. And I'm worried that because Brawl Stars is global now, that they're not going to advertise Boom Beach at all. Like, they haven't advertised Boom Beach in ages. And I feel like advertising helps the game so much. Advertising is getting really expensive on all of these different platforms, so I don't blame them, but I personally think that advertising is a really good investment for mobile games. I might be a little biased, because the more people that play Boom Beach, the more people will want to come and watch Boom Beach, but I feel like you're bringing out this mega update. Get an animator, make a couple animations, and start advertising those. That'd be a good idea. Anyway, I hope you guys did enjoy the video. Again, let me know down below your thoughts on the Warship update sneak peek video. Let me know if I'm missing anything. It's going to be interesting to see what happens, and I honestly can't wait to see how this whole Warships is going to unfold. It'd be super cool if they flew us out to Supercell and showed us the links, but that probably won't happen. Anyway, I hope you guys did enjoy the video. If you did, be sure to drop a like, as always, and I'll talk to you guys next time. Bye.